abstract. Yeah, it's complicated. What you say, the way you act. Well, it makes me so confused. I don't know what to do anymore. Can't you just make up your mind? My heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there's a fight when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting, still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. How it hurts to see you smile, like a dagger in me. She just seems so juvenile. I just want it to be me. I wanna set your world on fire. Oh, you're so sure I'll stick around. Oh, my heart drops when you play around. How can you be up when I'm down? Don't wanna think about it right now. Maybe you just wanna be friends, but there's a fight when we are talking. Maybe you just wanna pretend, but I can read between the lines. Even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting, still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be. Oh, even if I can't deny that all the things you said are hurting, still wanna be with you. I think you want it too. 'Cause baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. No, baby, I don't wanna be. Baby, I don't wanna be.
I'm buzzing, let's drink up. Your death look like big fun. Come on, let's get it on. Like that Marvin Gaye song. I'm stunning, you love it. Come on, give me something. I know that you want it. Come on, give me something. The night is young and so are we. So maybe you should leave with me. The night is young and so are we, baby. The night is young, so let's have some fun. If you love me right, yeah, this could be the summer of our lives now, honey. Give it to me Let's go.
Feel it in my bones, I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky, I can feel the winds of change. You live in your
Ladies and gentlemen, oh my lights are.
I hope I've seen enough.
Hello everybody. Oh my hair. What an episode. How we feeling out there? Everyone jamming to the music. Good to see everybody. No spoilies in the comment section. I was just outside walking the dog. I was like, pee faster. Come on. We got a recap to do. Hello, everybody. Sophia says, I have to do like Dave and start taking notes. I got notes, baby. We'll have a full day of notes for you guys tomorrow. Hello, everybody on the West Coast live stream. How's everyone doing out there? Dave Neal, host of Bachelor Nation News. We just hit 45,000 subscribers, everybody. 45,000. We hit it at the last hour. Thank you guys so much for helping push us over the edge. Hey, Franny's here. How are you doing, Franny? Good to see you. What'd you think of that episode? We all doing all right? Susan Rich is in the house. Runner X says, I tried to watch the show. I really tried. Well, thank you so much for putting in that effort. Much appreciated. What did you guys think? We saw Michelle. And again, no spoilers. Let me make sure I got my spoilers page up here. Give me a second. I have a new graphic that helps me. Is this it? No, that's not it. Which one is it? Hold on. No spoilers. That's the one. All right. No spoilers, no fighting, and super chats are appreciated. If you guys want and you feel the need, you can send me a super chat. I'll make sure to respond to those questions first. And I've also got a phone number. That's not up either. Let's get that phone number up. Here's the deal, guys. Today, because tomorrow I'm traveling to Phoenix. So I have 4 videos already made for tomorrow. And the videos themselves aren't rushed, but the process just involved a lot of multitasking. You know, I was making brats while watching the live stream, and the dog woke me up at 5:45 this morning. So it's been a day, folks. It's been a day. All good things. Tomorrow I'll be driving to the baseball stadium where we'll be playing in Scottsdale, Arizona, and I'll have all that info on my Instagram at dneals. Cartley said a little too much on the drama and not the men. Yeah, there was a little bit of drama, but there's always like that wabooey guy. There's always just a gimmick drama. And my question is, how do they convince this guy Josh? Is that his name, Josh? How do they convince these guys to be a part of the show? Kevin Rashidi's in the house. How are you, Kevin? Good to see you. Miss Tracy, let's see what she says. Michelle paired her only kiss to her first rose for Nate. That's class, ladies and gentlemen. Not slipping the tongue to every breathing creature within feet from you. Well, you know what I think a lot of the problems are? Is that, you get on the show. I mean, I couldn't imagine actually how it goes. But you get on the show and then all of a sudden, like, someone goes in for a kiss and you're like, there's a lot of options there. You don't want to, like, stiff people. I can imagine it would be a problem trying to put yourself in the right boundary headspace where if you don't want a guy to kiss you, maybe send him the right signals. Obviously men are idiots. We don't know what signals look like. GJ says, I loved Paulie pulling Tasha and Caitlin on the bed. Too fun. Sleuthing is in though, right? Yeah, sleuth away. I mean, do what you got to do. You can absolutely sleuth. As long as we're not doing any future spoilers, just reacting to what we saw in tonight's episode, of course. So let's see if we have any voicemails to start. You know what? I'll wait a few minutes. If anyone has any voicemails they want to get in, let me know. And we'll discuss. I know there isn't too much to really break down from this first episode here. King for a Day says, she should have sent that last guy home, though. He ghosted in the past and now wants to show up when Michelle's on this huge platform. Red flag. Well, it's for sure a red flag, but red flags don't always mean, they mean warning. They don't mean stop. They mean tread cautiously. So I think she can tread cautiously, but as far as what his headspace was when they were talking, I mean, if you're single and you're in your desirable, there might be 10 or 20 people you're talking to. Maybe you got a bunch of people on Tinder. You kind of like, all right, who am I gonna have chemistry with? Who am I gonna have chemistry with when we're texting and this and that? And it could have just been that like the conversation faded. I don't know if like she tried to get coffee with him and he didn't show up. Kevin Rashidi says, Dave, did you lose your voice? Well, I don't know if my voice is lost, but it is for sure rerouting. I've made a lot of content today. This was one of the busiest days that I've had in a long time. But that's okay. That's okay. Sophia says, I was exhausted and passed out for about 10 minutes, and I feel like I missed the best part where Michelle finds out about the notebook. I'll have to watch again. Well, honestly, that whole part went by very fast. I feel like whatever we saw in the previews was the whole thing. What can you say about it? Let's see if we have anything on Twitter discussing it. Of course, I'll tell you what. Let me go to bachelornation.scoop. They've got a couple graphics up. There's just so much content that comes out after these episodes that it's just kind of ridiculous trying to pull it all. So let's see what we have here. There's Ryan Michael Fox. All right, let's see what he said. If this is happening, at least I am going to enjoy myself. That was 2 minutes ago. This was an hour ago. It is happening. So Patty speaks for all of us. The fact that Ryan called snow cones ice cream should have been the real red flag. Oh yeah, this was ice cream? These were snow cones. Oh, that wasn't ice cream. We all know the difference between ice cream and snow cones. Nate with the triple crown, first out of the limo, first impression rose, first kiss. There it is. This looks like a power couple. Michelle's disappointing teacher energy is sending me. Of course. Look at her right there. She's like, she's got like the red pen out. She's like, what ain't F? Do over. That was the worst when the teacher didn't give you a bad grade. She just said do over. And you're like, oh, please, just give me a bad grade. My favorite part is that he can't even spell Bachelorette correctly. There we have that. Dr. Josh said, I loved how she didn't get sidetracked by the guy who left. She just got back to the men. Very mature. Oh, she's very mature. Dr. Josh said they went through something huge together. George Floyd, the riots, being at the center of it all in Minnesota. My work was just a few blocks from there. It was real. I don't doubt that it was real. I don't doubt it whatsoever. I just don't know what that has to do with, like, a couple people DMing each other. Like, I don't have enough context to call it ghosting. Ghosting is when you've met somebody and then you disappear on them after you've started dating. I mean, obviously there's a form of social media ghosting. We just don't know. If they had talked for a few times, it's like, sure, he doesn't owe her a response, and now he's here, so obviously it's suspect. But at the same time, like I said, anyone could have, like, their workload gets increased, and then all of a sudden, someone just, boom, vanishes. And it's like, it doesn't mean they wouldn't be a priority in the future. It just means the time wasn't right. Dr. Josh says the guy gave up by not being part of her going through his stuff. The guy gave up by not being part of... Oh, you're saying... Yeah, well, I mean, I don't even believe this is his stuff. Like, I don't even know. I don't know. It seems like it's all made up to me. Ryan looking up facts about teachers. Of course, that's Penn Bagley from You. Yeah, spelled Bachelorette wrong. Dr. Josh said, so funny how she called the guy on not knowing his apples. That was, I didn't comment about that on my recap, but that was one of the funniest parts where she's like, you literally chose the one apple type that's green. He's like, yeah, Granny Smith. It sounded good. Granny Smiths are they're too sweet for me. I don't know. I mean, love a good apple though. I got some fresh Gala apples. Boy, I'm going to take one of those on the road. Nothing like having a good apple and just chucking it. You chuck it out the window, side of the road, biodegradable. All right, let's go. I'm trying to play instrumental only, but for whatever reason, this isn't doing it. So let's see. Is this instrumental? Trying to get some music going here. Some music for you guys. I'm not going to go too long tonight. I have a long day tomorrow, so I got to force myself to keep it tight. But we'll progress to some crazy times out there. Let's see what else we have for graphics here. If anyone wants to call the voicemail number, it's 401-213-9828. 401-213-9828. Oh, Susan called. We'll get to you in 1 second, Susan. Yeah, we're at 73 people in the chat. I know it's only 10:10. It feels like, I was talking to the other live stream about this, the East Coast. It just feels like not many people are watching. And when I was making content leading up to Michelle's season, it felt like I wasn't getting much traction. And part of me is like, is there fatigue, or is it just the episode 1? Like, wait till the drama builds, wait till people get invested. I don't really know. But I'll tell you what videos I have coming out tomorrow. Actually, I'll show you guys what videos I have coming out tomorrow. Give me a second here. I will literally, I've got 4 videos. Of course, at 7 a.m., I'll have the recap here. So let me see if I can show this to you guys. This is behind the scenes, folks. So here's my content schedule. These are the 4 videos that I've got coming out. Michelle, week 1, and I'm going to change the name for all these. So I've never been this organized in my life. I've got Michelle, week 1 recap. That'll be up at 7 a.m. Then I have Thomas discussing Katie on Bachelor in Paradise. That's actually not going to be my second video. My second video is going to be fascinating. It's this video. Millionaire says money is overrated. This is Caitlin Bristow talking with Kristen Calamari. This video is fascinating. It's so tone deaf. Kristen talks about how she doesn't have a nanny on the weekends, and she says it like it's a brave thing. And then she talks about how, like, she just wants her kids to be happy. She doesn't care if they're homeless as long as they're happy. And she's like, I'd gladly set up a tent for them as long as they're happy. I think she means well, but it's so tone deaf. She's worth $30 million. And then I've got 2 different pieces of a convo with Becca Kufrin. And let me know if you guys enjoy this behind the scenes preview. Maybe not. I'm just never this organized. I've got Becca Kufrin talking about her relationship with Blake Horstman, their friendship right before she met Thomas. It's actually very interesting because before she was saying, like, there's kind of this idea that she was leading Blake Horstman on. So we'll discuss that. And then after that, Thomas, in the same interview, has a conversation with Almost Famous Podcast about, he says what his conversation was with Katie that helped them move on after, of course, he was unceremoniously let go. So Franny goes, yeah, Franny's quoting me. I've never been this organized. I've never had this much content ready to go. It's unlisted. It's monetized. It's ready to go. It's coming out tomorrow. And you guys will see all that. So that's just the behind the scenes of that. Lots of content right there. It'll be coming out at 7, 9, 10. I'll have it all out by the end of the morning. I just try to spread it out a little bit so that way, they don't cannibalize each other. There's nothing like having a good video out and then you post another one and it pulls eyes when that one could be taking off. Sherry Ellison says Cavallari is an idiot. Yeah, I have to agree. She seems kind of like an idiot. She sounds like an idiot, to be honest, when she's talking. And it's like she was, when you talk about privilege, you talk about somebody who was essentially given a reality show in her teen years. And it doesn't mean listen, you could be a multimillionaire, and I'm sure being a mom is still hard. But as I'll say in that video, my mom didn't have a weekend nanny. My mom didn't have a weekday nanny, a weekday night nanny. She was a single mom, and it's just weird, but whatever. And Turner said, Michelle looked absolutely beautiful tonight. They did a great job from hair to outfit. Yeah, she looked great. Annie Banana, what's up? How are you? We haven't seen much of Pardeep. I'm sure we'll see more from him. It's just impossible during a 2-hour show. With commercials, you get basically like only 60 minutes of content when you factor in all the backstories. And then, they spend half the time on what type of apple a guy is. And then the other half on which type of like platter this guy's head's on. And it's a whole thing. I don't know if I like this music. Do we like this music? Does anyone have a genre they recommend? Let's go to the genres here and see. Let's pick a good genre. 1980s pop. 1960s pop. Let's do 1980s pop. And let's take out these other filters. Let's just see what they give us. Let's take out instrumentals too. 1980s pop. Why is country in there? Let's see. Coming Closer? Let's see what that is. Oh, they got some flute. All right. You want flute, Dave? I really should get my saxophone out here. I tell you, I always said like when I have money and space, I'll have my saxophone just mounted there. Sorry. Now, I'm not good at it. I'm not good at saxophone. It's been a while, but I can still play some notes. Get the saxophone. Yeah, me and Connor need to have a little duo here. I'll play a little saxophone in the background. All right, let's see what you guys got going on here. How is everyone doing? Bruce is back. I would have fallen over going up and down that staircase. Yeah, she needs an elevator. You know, what is she doing? Sherry says, I was a single mom starting with my son's first birthday, and careless remarks like Cavaliers make those of us who worked our butts off a bad name. I hear you, Sherry, and you know what? You're better off for it. I'm sorry, not sorry, but I have a respect as a child of a single mom and an appreciation for single moms. Nobody works harder than a single mom. Nobody. Jamie said, bring back the funk. Do I have funk here? Let's see if we have funk. Let's see where funk went. I'll go to funk. I gotta turn off these other filters here. So here's all the genres. This doesn't feel like that many genres. Am I missing something? Let's go to popular. Carly wants EDM. We have folk. You guys seeing funk? Dance? Maybe if I search. Let me search funk. Electro funk, old school funk. I think you guys want old school funk. There it is. Sherry said alto sax. I played alto, tenor, and baritone sax, but baritone sax was probably my most spirit animal. That was I'm more of a rhythm section, you know. The baritone sax can kind of hold the beat. Boom, boom, ba-doop, 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 boop, boop, you know. Erica says, as someone who grew up with a nanny, I think we can't trivialize how hard it is for a mother to put her work before her kids. For her kids. I know it tore my mom up. No, look, absolutely. We could have a mom measuring contest every day of the week. It stunk. I mean, I got the short end of the stick. My mom worked full time. And, you know, we had babysitters here and there, but, you know, luckily my mom's kind of got her groove going. She's actually in Costa Rica right now. She's a small business owner with my stepdad, and they're doing the thing. But boy, you know, she was, you know, a 22-year-old, 2 kids, Irish twins. Hey, L-Dog's in the house. How are you, L-Dog? Good to see you. Sorry, I might be behind in my comments. Might be a few seconds behind on you guys. Either everyone forgot Michelle's season starting, or they are not interested after Bachelor in Paradise and taking a break for a few weeks. Where is everyone tonight? Either stream. Yeah, I don't know. You know, it could just be that YouTube's got a very complex algorithm, so maybe they just realize not many people are online. I don't know. Sophia says, my mom passed when I was 14. I was raised partly by a single dad, and we are 3 girls. Poor guy. Well, you learn something new about you every day, Sophia, and I'm sorry to hear about that. You know, everyone's got... I love hearing about everyone's different kind of stories and upbringings, because we all put on our best, bravest face, you know, but we all come from a very unique, and we all come from different unique paths. And by all means, you should never say that one has it easier than the other. But you will hear with the Kristen Calamari conversation how tone deaf she sounds when it comes to being like, all right, you do lose touch when you do have a certain amount of money. You can imagine they lose touch to the plight of somebody who has to go work, who can't choose, I'm going to go on a break, who can't choose, I'm going to go, whatever, who can throw money at their kids. Like, as a child of a mom who, I understood that money was tight. I wouldn't want to ask my mom for the money I needed to go on field trips or this or that. It's really left me with a weird relationship with money as an adult that I've had to retrain myself. But that's part of the process. Is you're imprinted a certain way of being from your parents and society, and then you try to unpack that as adults. That's kind of part of the process. But yeah. L-Dog says, I love nannying. I hope any child that has one has a nanny that just loves children so much and treats them with so much love and safety. I would definitely... Hey, Tasha, would you get a nanny? She said, absolutely. Yeah, but I would still make sure the nanny, I would rather the nanny do the things like the laundry so we could have the quality time with our kids, Tasha's in the house, everyone. You want to talk? Here, I got a microphone. Tasha says a nanny that's also like a tutor. L-Dog's a nanny. Maybe L-Dog could take the kids to the cemetery and make TikToks. Wouldn't that be fun? What'd you guys do today? We made TikToks with the spirits. We love you, L-Dog. Everyone go follow L-Dog on TikTok. If you want your emo fix for the day. L-Dog knows a thing or two about music. L-Dog, what's your TikTok username? Let me know your TikTok username. Susan Rich, you're an Irish twin. What's the age difference? Oh, I didn't play your voicemail. I'll play it in a second, Susan. We're on a roll. L-Dog says, everyone in this chat is a bomb-ass hero, and you're all rock stars, and I love you. L-Dog with the motivational awards of the day. Jamie says, Dave, what do you think about Ice Cream Man Ryan and his calculated notes? I'm not feeling it. No, of course the notes are psychotic, but it does make you wonder, imagine someone who's like, I'm going on national TV. I'm nervous as hell. What am I going to say? What am I going to do? Obviously he came off look, I'm no expert on what's, type A. I'm not an expert on the words. If someone's type A versus if someone's on some form of a spectrum, or if someone's like an engineer, so they're really analytical. I mean, Ivan said that he was super analytical because he's an engineer. So would it be out of the realm of possibility that someone would put together a spreadsheet to see if someone checks all their boxes? Yes. Will that make your hoo-ha as dry as a desert? Yes, because I don't think anyone wants that, but that's how some people are, So as far as how to increase your screen time, that's obviously yikes. If it's real. I just don't know if I believe that it's real. Kyla says, Irish twins are biological siblings born within 12 months. My dad is exactly 10 months younger than my uncle. My sister and I are 11 months and 13 days apart because her birthday's May 17th and mine's May 1st. Did I do that right? So it's 365 days minus 18 days. You get the point. Did the table head guy tonight give you guys weird vibes? I actually like the table head guy. Dr. Josh said, we are all tired after watching Dancing with the Stars. Yeah, that is true. Dancing with the Stars is a lot of reality TV. It is a lot of reality TV. I feel like I need to catch up to you guys. I think I'm a little far behind. JC Miles says, I like calamari instead of cavallari. Well, then you're going to like my video tomorrow because I called her Kristen Calamari about 50 times. I think at even one point I yelled to get the tartar sauce. And get your lemon wedges. Runner X says, easy to say money doesn't matter when you don't know what it's like to have none. Yeah, and we talked about stats on how money up to a certain level, something like a several $100,000 will keep on making you happier. Because I mean, think about it. Monday night, Tasha and I went to go get massages. That was nice. When I was broke AF, we weren't going to get massages, but we know that it's important for our bodies to heal and repair. And if I'm going to work myself all day long, sitting at the thing, yelling and getting the calamari, then maybe I'll reward myself with a massage here and there. You know what I mean? And, I bet my mom went 20 years between getting massages. I actually got her bath bombs for Christmas, and she took a photo. She brought them to her resort in Costa Rica to use them. And that was actually, that meant a lot to me, to be like, oh, how sweet. My mom's actually getting a chance to relax. And, my mom's had children in the house in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. It's 2021, and my brother Jack is just went off to college. So 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010. So technically, in 5 different decades, my mom had a child. Does that even make sense? 84 to 2021. Wild times. Yeah, what did they say? The crazy thing is the difference between 1985 to now is the same as 1985 to what? 1940 something? What's the math there? Let's do the math. Let's do 1980. 1980 to 2021 is 41 years, right? So 1980 minus 41 years is 1939. I don't know why you're just saying like that. We're all old. L-Dog says, Tasha, I'll come over and tutor and do creepy TikToks. Oh, L-Dog, yeah, if you lived in LA, and if we don't have a kid, but if we had a kid, L-Dog right there. I'm going to post this right there. So if anyone's on TikTok, you can go follow L-Dog. She's classic on there. JC Miles says, did Tasha get her hugs? Yeah, I was only able to take about 20 minutes off between tapings because I filmed 2 videos between the East Coast and the West Coast. But Tasha's about to pass out, and then I'm going to go give her some good snuggles. And then tomorrow I'm driving myself to Phoenix, and she's going to fly in on Thursday. She'll fly in on Thursday to Phoenix. It appears I am a little bit far behind. King for a Day says, you really would do a disservice to yourself in The Bachelorette by not being authentic. I think you're responding, you're talking about Binder guy, right? Sophia says, my sister is April 17th and I'm May 6th. I think Irish twins are super common. I think they're relatively common, but usually like a year and a half. I mean, you're talking about the vagina, you're talking about the baby making setup, giving birth and then having another baby, getting pregnant within 3 months. I mean, that's a short window. What do we got here? All right. You know what I'll do is I'll play Susan's voicemail while I catch up on the comments here. Oh, I'm not plugged in. Hold on, folks. Hold on now, Susan, you are up. Oh. Okay, hold on. Doc speaker.
Washington? Hey, I really enjoyed the show. I'm really a big fan of Michelle. But what I really loved is seeing her in action, the teacher in action when someone was being a bad boy, when someone was being inappropriate. She could tell he was lying. Anyway, I was going to say, once you've been a teacher, a scout leader, a coach, and over years, you've seen kids, you've seen people lying, you've seen them trying to be, have trickery, and you see it, and you know how to just stand still and just say, nope, this is it. You crossed the line. That's it. Anyway, I love seeing a real teacher in action. So, here's to all the teachers out there.
Yes. Cheers to the teachers. Absolutely. So fun to watch her work. We'll have to see how she educates us on how to communicate. But then again, I do wonder if the style of communicating that she needs as a teacher to early childhood education, I believe, how that will differ from the give and take of an actual relationship where the teacher's an authoritarian figure here. But in a relationship, you got to give and take some. We'll have to see how it goes. Anna says, kind of unrelated, but kind of relevant. I feel like Squid Games would not have caught on as much if it weren't for the universal themes it represents, especially when it comes to money. Totally agree. Now, not giving anything away about Squid Games, but it's like the Hunger Games. It's like people that are in debt go, they battled for rewards, for money. That's not giving anything away. That's a simple premise. We don't need to go any farther into it. And some people have said like, hey, Dave, can you talk more about the Squid Games? It's hard because this is a Bachelor channel, so like the videos just wouldn't perform that well. But maybe I'll write this down. Squid Games, Bachelorette. Maybe I'll be inspired by some sort of crossover. We'll have to see. All right. Some people in the comment section were saying that they couldn't get a massage because strangers talking to you, touching you is gross. I love it. Oh my gosh. I have so much faith when I go to the massage. This lady was destroying my body. I mean, pain, but in a good way. You know what I mean? Like literally just like wringing out she was, and I was just like, oh yeah, but I had like so much trust in this place I go to. It's, they just raised their rates, but it's $50 cash for an hour. You give them a $20 tip, $70 for an hour. I mean, I don't know, to get a good massage, we do it, I don't know, once every couple months, once every 3 months. Let's see what else we got here. Everyone's talking about pregnancy in the chat. Very good. Very good. We just hit 100 people in the chat, so thank you guys so much. Erica says, did you guys notice that she didn't react very well to the ruler spanking? I thought that said a lot about her character as a teacher. I don't know if I could read in too much. I thought it was great to see Clayton's playful side because it was playful. It was going. He brought a rule. It was like, hey, come on, spank me. You're a teacher. You know, I thought that was completely harmless. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. Divine Song says, I'm late to the party, but I want to talk about how cute that Nate guy was. When they kissed, I was like, Jesus. Yeah, absolutely. Adios, mios. Actually, Sherry, you're so funny, Sherry. Calamari Squid Games. I already shot this video. It's coming out tomorrow, but I talk about that. I talk about Squid Games. You know me. I just random word associations. Dr. Josh says, I have 6 kids. Best is being their friend as they become adults. Best was doing bachelor parties with my college kids and their friends. That's what got me into all of this. Oh, fun. Dr. Josh, you sound great. Dr. Josh, are you in Minnesota, did you say? Are you in Minneapolis? GJ says, what's the massage place in LA, Dave? Ask me on Instagram and I'll tell you. I don't want to promote it on here. But it's just like a Thai place, but we get what's called the Thai. It's a Thai-Swedish combination, so it's a little bit of both. Dr. Josh says, I helped you get into this meta-analysis of bachelor relationships. Yeah, it's fascinating to talk about. Layla says, love a rough massage. That says more about you than it does. No, I'm kidding. Speaking of pregnancy, I had my water break at a massage. They got into my ankle area. Wow, that's very interesting. Dr. Josh says, I like the Thai massage. Oh yeah, like last night they have the handlebars above the table that they hold on to while they walk on your legs, and they'll just like stand on your hamstrings, and it's like, oh my gosh, my body. I mean, our bodies are so like we don't stretch enough, we don't take care of ourselves enough. How nice is it? Like I knew that I was going to be traveling to Phoenix to play baseball, and I was like, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get a massage. My body's been all out of whack. Like, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Susan says the yardstick has a controversial history in education. I remember seeing teachers use it, so she had to be careful. Oh, I totally understand. Yeah, no, I totally understand. Like, imagine it from the angle of a teacher. But that's what's so tough, right? Is that will we get a Michelle Young who's as authentic as she can be, or will we get the Michelle Young who also knows she's still a teacher? You know what I mean? So I don't know if you can separate the two, but it would be nice. Like it's like someone like Katie Thurston, love her or hate her, she's gonna talk about, you know, crapping her pants at the bank and not care what the bank thinks. She doesn't have a job that's gonna fire her. Now, not to say that Michelle Young is risking the chance of getting fired, but obviously if Michelle Young 10 years down the road is teaching and someone's like, oh, well, I saw you use a ruler to hit someone, you know, on a dating show, I'd be like, golly, that would be annoying. But of course, there's more to come from Michelle Young. There's more to come from some of these gentlemen too. Watch those showers. All right, let's go to, I think it's this Carly. This might be Carly.
Hey, Dave. It's Carly from Salt Lake City. So, tonight, couple notes. I like the hometown guy that knew her, but why didn't he contact her before the show? Like, I don't know. He seems genuine. He's pretty cute. So, we'll see what happens with that. I don't know if she's going to accept him or not, but liked him. The notebook thing, where they found it in his room, I mean, they've never done that before. I think it was super set up. I don't see how it couldn't have been.
True.
So I just thought that was kind of like fake. Didn't really love it. And then my top 4, I can't remember all their names, but like the tan jacket guy, Chris something, the one that was like really cute that they did go in his room, the earring dude, and then Nate, who was the first one that came in, which is also my ex's name, but considering that, still liked him. I really think he's cute. First kiss, first impression rose. I think he's going far. Anyway, love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much. Yeah. You know, I wonder if it's easier for me to put my top 4. Now, let me ask you guys an honest question. When we as Bachelor Nation watch this show, are we picking our top 4 based on who we would want to hook up with? Is that what we're doing? Because is pretty much what I do when I watch as a heterosexual man, when I'm watching Bachelor, I'll be like, I'm into Olivia Caridi. Am I pronouncing her name right? I'll pick who I think I would be most attracted to in the similar situation. This thing kind of loose there. Anyway, let me know what your strategy is. Or are you looking at it completely third person, like who's good for Michelle? Because it sounds like a lot of y'all want to bump your Harrisons on Nate, and I'm not blaming you. Yes, Dr. Josh, I hear Minnesota's beautiful. My sister was actually born there, but I don't think I've actually ever been. Dr. Josh, the guy from Minnesota, I like how he knew he may go home, but was still hopeful, still positive. He seems genuine and cool. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I mean, clearly they had a connection. It's just whether or not, the red flag's already set for her, so he'll have to be on his best behavior. Sophia says, I pick my favorites for friends because they never have my type. Well, Sophia, did you like the guy who did the backflip? That seems to be your type. He had like frosted tips. He had an accent. What does everyone think of the football player? Let me see if I can find the football player. Football player, Bachelorette, Michelle. Because normally they pick a football player who's like the cute guy. They picked a football player who's big. They're calling him an NFL star. Bryan Witzmann, am I pronouncing that right? This guy's a big boy. Bryan Witzmann, I don't know what this website is at all. Bryan Witzmann feels that his being on The Bachelorette season 18 to meet Michelle Young is serendipitous, and that's a match truly meant to be. I hope there's no spoilers in here. So, I mean, this guy, he's a big guy. You know, obviously, if you're playing football, you have to put on as much weight as possible. If you're on the offensive or defensive line, part of momentum is mass times velocity, right? Franny says, I could not keep up with the guys, so usually I just watch the first episode as a spectator. Hey, Brianna Northrup, welcome to the party. You might have been in here, but I'm just seeing you now. Let's see. For the contestants on season, I'm trying to look at who is Bryan. He's a 31-year-old NFL player. Bryan is an offensive guard. Guards have to be very quick. Who played college football at South Dakota State University. With regard to his NFL career, Bryan has played for Houston Texans, New Orleans Saints, Dallas Cowboys, Kansas City Chiefs, Minnesota Vikings, Chicago Bears, Cleveland Browns, Miami Dolphins, Kansas City Chiefs, Minnesota Vikings, Chicago Bears, Carolina Panthers. See these flipping pop-ups. I'm trying to read something and the pop-ups are bouncing them around. As per his ABC bio, Bryan is not your stereotypical jock. He's a foodie, religious, family-oriented, completely down-to-earth, and all about finding himself a wife. He considers himself to be quite the romantic, and thanks to all of the rom-coms his older sisters made him watch growing up, Bryan is all about making big moves to show his affection. He loves to travel and hopes to find a partner who will join him as he dines his way across the globe. Boy, that sounds good to me. I mean, this is a big man. Bryan also considers himself to be a world traveler and amateur chef. Let's go to his Instagram page. Bruce says he's been on more teams than Josh McCown. Yeah, he's been on a lot of teams, but that's quite, a lot of times, like, take Clayton, right? Clayton got, like, drafted or picked up, he got a tryout. He was on, I think he played a couple preseason games for a team. But, let's go. Let's give this guy a follow right now. Look at this. 8-year NFL vet. Bryan Witzmann. Spread empathy. Let's see. Is he playing right now? So here he is, obviously on the show. This photo does not do him justice. I mean, yeah, so the guards are responsible, for those that don't know football, and again, if anyone could correct me here, the guard is on the left and or right side of the center. And a lot of times, if there's like a running play to the right side, you'll pull the left guard, which means he'll have to kind of like run very fast laterally. These guys have to be quick. Now, they have to be big too. They got to be big to, you know, protect the quarterback, but they have to be very quick. So, he was wishing Alex Smith congrats on an amazing career. Let's see what other photos we have of Bryan here, because I'm actually fascinated. There he is, number 70. I mean, that is a big boy. I mean, these guys, their knuckles have to hold up 300 pounds. Let's see where Bryan is today. I'm going to search Bryan. Is it with a Y? Bryan Witzmann. Who does he play for? Because I'm assuming they shot this over the summer. So it looks like he might not be playing on a team this year. Let's see. Here's his stats. So, obviously, so he played 16 games in 2017. Only 2 games in 2019, 1 game in 2020, and it looks like this year he was on the Atlanta Falcons. But I wonder if he's made it. He doesn't have a number, so let's go to Atlanta Falcons roster. Bryan Witz. I don't know if we'll be able to find him. I don't think I spelled his name right. Atlanta Falcons. Okay, let's see. What is this nonsense? What are you doing? I just Googled it. Signed to Kansas City's active roster last year. 4-time member of Missouri Valley Football Conference honor roll. So I guess NFL.com would have his career stats. 6'7". He's a big guy. Guys, do you understand this? 6'7", 320 pounds. I don't think anybody cares about Bryan, but I'm all about him. All right, let's see if we have any other comments here. Trying to see if you guys have any other comments there. It looks like we're good on voicemails. If anyone wants to leave a voicemail, 401-213-9828. I don't have anything else on Bryan. Let's see what his stats are. Or at least the stats we already looked at. Either way, this might be one of the more impressive resumes of someone who's been on The Bachelorette. The offensive line doesn't get a lot of love. But I tell you what, once he's set to retire, he can drop some weight, you know, take some pressure off his knees. He'll be all right. So, yeah, you just don't get, you know, the stat line doesn't really, you know, played 40 games, 40 professional games. Good for him. Anyway, let's move it on. All right, go to some new comments from you guys. Layla says, I've had my heart broken by too many nerds. I found myself a burly jock that works with computers. Best of both worlds. Dr. Josh said, cool how you can be a football player as a career and not in the big leagues. I also got talked into walking on in college. Maybe it's easier these days. Yeah, that guy is huge. Well, I mean, he played the big leagues. Like, you know, I think you have to play 4 years to get the NFL pension. Let's see. How many NFL pension after 5 years? So you need 5 years to get the pension. Newly retired players since 1998 receive, and this is good info because, you know, like to get a pension in football, you know, the average football player only plays a year or two. For every Tom Brady who's just like ridiculously good, there's just like so many people that come and go. So let's see. If you're one of the few Americans that have a pension, then you're in luck. This is because having a pension of, including in, NFL has a pension plan for its players. Just give me the stats. Is a pension plan given by the NFL? The pension plan, like any other corporation, are given according to the duration the employee has worked. Golly, tell me the info. Oh, Dr. Josh with a super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Dr. Josh. I think that's the first super chat of the hour. Sorry, I'm just trying to find out the pension. All right, here it is. And the average benefit in 2016 for a player who retires at the age of 50 is $38,000 per year. That's the end. A 10-year veteran can gross $100,000 a year. So if you played for 3 years, you can make $38,000 a year on your pension. Why does that say NBA? No, it's the NBA. This is the worst article ever. O.J. Simpson, NFL pension. So what's O.J. Simpson's? He played from 69 to 79. NFL players who played before 1982 get a monthly pension credit of $250 for every season played. So he gets $2,700 per month. $4,000 per month. The average pension for players will go from $30,000 per year to $46,000 per year, and more than. Listen, this is huge. I mean, to get $46,000 per year, maybe a decade after your playing days are over, that's money in the bank. Not at, we think of athletes as being super wealthy, but there's plenty that play at the league minimum. A lot of their money goes to taxes and agents, and it's not always the craziest amount of money. I mean, a generation ago, NFL players, used to have jobs in the offseason. They'd sell cars or whatever. Dr. Josh says, thanks, Dave, for keeping this interesting. I don't know if it is interesting, but it's... Julie said, just joining, but here's a few thoughts to usually cast some really fun and quirky nerds, but I didn't think there was any fun and quirky guys this time that were interesting. Just Me Madison says, until the CTE kicks in and you kill your family, it's not worth it. Listen, Julie, I totally understand that what you're saying. Every position has a different risk of CTE, and obviously we can't know too much about CTE, but a running back or wide receiver or even a defensive back definitely hits their head way harder than like an offensive lineman. Offensive linemen and defensive linemen are doing a lot of punching each other in the shoulder pads. But I hear what you're saying. With traumatic brain injury. Jamie says, Dave, random nosy question. Do you want to have kids? I'm on the fence. It's such a terrifying responsibility. I will say this. I think we've unlocked the possibility of having kids with our finances going into a better direction. So much in our industries is so unknown that we haven't wanted to bring... We definitely don't want to have kids without like some sort of like secure world we can bring them into. Dr. Josh said, I had a drug rep who played NFL. He always talked about how the average age of dying for a professional football player was so low. It's like taking care of veterans. You're absolutely right. And a lot of them also, they're big guys. They're big guys with, Just Me Madison said no helmets would end CTE. Well, I disagree with that because there's plenty of CTE in MMA and rugby. Those guys take hard hits. They might not be hitting head to head, but they're going head to ground. The hard hits exist in any of these contact sports. But obviously, I hear what you're saying. The NFL, and I'm not a spokesperson for the NFL, but the NFL is trying to get away from head-to-head contact. I mean, it was brutal. It still is, but it was brutal, the head-to-head contact that existed just a few years ago. Carly Harper with a super chat. Even if there aren't as many people watching as usual tonight, we still appreciate you, Dave. Thanks for your content. Thanks so much, Carly. My voice is on the way out the door. My voice has CTE right now. Chronic vocal cord injury. Anyway, so retired players receive 40. So anyway, we got the info there. But yeah, CTE is interesting. It's fascinating stuff, and not everyone gets it. Some people get it. Obviously, people like Junior Seau committed suicide. Other people, have had murder suicides exist. There's people that are, there's a lot of tragedy out there. Absolutely. But of course, Yeah. It's just too bad they can't study it till the person's dead. Kathy McLaughlin says, when do you sleep, Dave? Tonight I'm going to be... I'm getting a phone call here. Let's see what we have in this phone call here. Let's see if we can play this phone call. Hold on here. Trying to answer the phone. Hold on. Hold the phone. For whatever reason, my WhatsApp doesn't work well with my Roadcaster. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Dave?
I can hear you. Hello, how are you? We have Sophia in Montreal calling in.
Hi, everyone.
It's weird. I can actually only hear you in my left ear, but I don't think it matters to the audience.
Oh. I don't know. My phone is crap, so that might be my phone.
Now, who thought we'd talk about CTE tonight? But you're a mixed martial artist. Is that what you would identify as?
Well, I just started. Like, I haven't been doing it long. I did it for like 2 years. I did one serious fight, or not even. It was kind of a show fight, and I'm planning on doing another one when I hit 40. It's going to be my next fight, just because I want to do it. I want to hit that mark and feel good about myself and be like, this is the best shape I've been in. So that's like the goal. So, but yeah, I know a lot of people who suffer from that. It's harsh. I got hit multiple times in the head, and luckily, like, I can take a hit. It's not too bad for me, but like, I know, but I haven't done it much, you know, like.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Well, when I was at high school,
footballers though, like they get. Oh, sorry.
No, when I played high school football, yeah, they would. They've banned a lot of the tackling drills we would do because you would just be. It was actually the practicing that I think we would do more aggressive collisions than the actual games, and they've banned a lot of that. But I'm always like, I wonder if I have like some weird mild form of that. But you know, it's one of those things like. If I do, there's nothing I can do about it, and just try to stay as healthy as I can now. Did I lose you?
Yeah, well, I think... No, I'm still here. Yeah, I think, like, especially when you're young, like, I played football during recess when I was in high school, and we used to tackle, like, and we don't have any padding. Like, no one really cared. I can't even count the number of times I've hit my head, and luckily, I think I'm sound. I don't know. I guess maybe when the booze kicks in, I'm not so sound, but I think that's normal. You know.
When the booze kicks in, would you be attracted to 6'7", 320-pound Bryan Witzmann?
God, no. These gigantor men.
You don't like a
oh my God.
You don't like a thick boy?
It's too much man.
It's
too much man.
What's your Instagram?
I'm sure people like it.
I'm pulling you up on Instagram so people have a face to who I'm talking to here.
Oh God!
Wait till my new computer comes out. It's gonna be flying fast. But right now, this will do. You got new rose gold hair. Oh, this is 4 months ago. So do you still have this rose hair?
No. My hair changes every 2 seconds. I actually cut it yesterday, and now I got like this 70s bangs thing going, and it's bangs? Like blonde.
Let's see if I can find your 70s
My
bangs.
winter bangs. They're not out yet. They just happened yesterday.
You haven't showed them out yet. Is it creepy that I'm like, what's your hair looking like right now? Yeah, you do. Look at you. You've got a different.
It's normal.
You've got a. This is the face of somebody who shoplifts at a mall. This is mall shoplifting hair. That's what this is. What did you steal from Spencer's Gifts?
I have many different. That was a mask that I made out of a purse. Like,
what does it cost? What is like a hair? Like, what does this cost? By the way, I don't know what this is, but I need to do this. This looks very relaxing. A nice inversion right there.
Oh yeah, that's so fun. It's so good for you. Like for your back, it just stretches you out really good.
So here's the ladies have spoken. Erica says Sophia is gorgeous. Sherry says Sophia is pretty.
Oh, you guys are too nice. I'm dealing with a pandemic gut.
Oh my gosh, me too. I have.
Why there's no recent pictures?
All right, so this is badass. Here you are. Is this you? This is your tryout for Wimp to Warrior. Look at this. Don't mess. This is the type of audience we have here in the Dave Neal Enterprise. you're just ready to kick ass. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. That was a fight that I was telling you that was like kind of a show fight, you know. It was fun. It was good times. I did that program, Went to Warrior, and it was 6 months of intense training. And then it ended in a fight. And it was, we're great friends, so that was fun.
You fought your friend?
Well, because we met at the program, so we trained the entire time together. And she was obese when she started, and we both started at a very high weight, and we lost weight together, and we were partners the whole time and being friends. And then at the end, you got to punch a friend in the face, like, you know.
Jeez. So you were literally punching. Oh no, I don't have the. I'm too much of a pushover. I'd be like, you know, that would wound my soul. Who won? Did you guys like? Who?
Well, it came down to decision. I won the first round in jiu-jitsu, but I couldn't quite pin her. And then the second round was pretty even. She won by 1 point because I couldn't get her down again. You know.
And now you've got a long-term boyfriend, correct?
Yeah, 15 years.
Yeah, it's too bad because as much as I'm happy for you, it'd be nice to get you on The Bachelor so we could have you, you know, really, you know.
You know how many times I tell him, like, dude, if I was single, I would have so much fun on The Bachelor. Aside from the choice of men, like, we need to work on that, you know? I told him, I'm like, can I just go for fun and traveling?
Tasha says the same thing, and I'm like, you would hate it. She knows she would hate it. She's like an introvert. She doesn't want to live with people. So what do you think of Nate?
I like, which one is he? I'm so bad with them. Like, I like them all. I started writing all their names.
He's the first
of the ones I like. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. He's okay. But I'm really bad this year. Like, I started writing like, oh, yeah, Clayton is going to be good. And then I realized that he's going to be the Bachelor. And I'm like, no, this is not going to last.
So we had this conversation on the East Coast live stream, and someone was like, don't share spoilers. And it's like, look, Clayton's the next Bachelor. It's no longer a spoiler. Jesse Palmer posted the photos.
Everyone knows. It's everywhere. They pretty much like wrote it in the sky.
Normally they can keep it a secret, but this isn't that scenario. Well, I ask you because JG says that Dave hasn't commented on Nate yet. I'm nervous Nate is so much of a front runner so soon because I love their chemistry together. I mean, I don't know what people want to say. I don't have a favorite. Nate seems like a great match for Michelle. She's got a couple other guys that I'm surprised that she's really into. So I don't really know how to read exactly what's going to work for her. She's obviously into Joe to keep him around. But, you know, we got a long way to go. It's a long way to go.
I feel like I'm off because, like, I started off and I was like, okay, she likes Romeo. She likes Clayton. And then I wrote some of them, and then I'm just like, I don't like Jamie. I wrote that when he first walked out. I'm like, I don't like this guy. I don't even know why.
Yeah.
And I know that I really, really liked, I like the Canadian Chris, just because he's like my Canadians. I got to support my Canadians, you know?
Yeah.
They're always fun.
Contractually.
And Pardeep is just intriguing to me. I must see more of Pardeep. He looks like a cutie.
Pardeep,
he reminds me of a friend.
I think he was rumored to be a Bachelor at one point because there was like, they do this though, right? Where and I understand there is a lack of Asian representation on the show. So when they get somebody, I say they as in Bachelor Nation, like this guy, I'm trying to remember his name. This last guy, Boa, I think his name was. I could be wrong.
What's his name? That guy.
Is that his name?
I love that they've been doing that.
Well, but he never even made the show. And everyone was like, everyone was like standing him like he was going to be the next great thing. And then and it's like, everyone's like, well, why didn't he make the show? And it makes you wonder, like, did they find out information on him? Who knows? You hear some rumors. Who knows? But it's like, let's meet the people. Let's find out who they are. It's good to look good on paper. He's this guy Pardeep sounds like a smart guy. I think he's got a podcast and he's, I don't know, got a couple of degrees. He's probably a very smart guy, but like, it's night one. Like I have to remind people, chill out. We haven't gotten to meet the guys yet. It's like going to a gangbang and it's like they haven't even passed the hors d'oeuvres out yet. Do they pass out hors d'oeuvres at a gangbang? Either way, it's like, I want to eat the pizza bites before we get into who's banging who. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was great that they brought out the diversity. Like, because at first you would always see the same cookie cutter guys, and I love that they start bringing that out. And like, I think it's fun to have all those different people. I want the nerdy guys. I want all kinds of people in there, and I love that they're getting more and more interesting people, because before it was always the same dudes. Like even now you're getting skinnier guys, which are my type. I like the skinny nerds, you know. I like the guys with the long hair. And even before, tattoos was not even a thing you would see on the show, you know?
Yeah.
So I like that they're opening that up. Do you guys play the game? Like I haven't tried this year yet, but every season, I feel like they ask the Bachelorette who her favorite celebrity is, and I try to guess which one she said based on the guys that are there.
Yeah, it's you can learn a lot by someone's like favorite, like I'd have to, like, I don't know, for men though, like I don't have a type so much as my type isn't something where like I only like blondes, like it's not like that, but I for sure probably could boil down a type to like you know, if I really thought about it. But you know, everyone's different. Some people's types are more energy based, and some are like, no, I need muscles. That's just what they need. Maybe their dad didn't hug them as a kid. Who the hell knows? They need muscles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I feel like for me, I do kind of have a type, like, but I have several types. As long as it's like, I like pretty boys, so they have to be clean, you know, have long hair. I like Koreans. They're cute. Like, but I also think that personality plays a big part. Like if someone I wouldn't be attracted to is super talented or whatever, my boyfriend's always like, well, attraction grows on talent. I'm like, okay, fine. you know? So
I'm that way where
I think it's like,
I'm so turned off if someone has a bad sense of humor. So turned off. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
But also, what else was I going to say? Yeah, you almost assume the personality has to mesh, but then also it's easier to say, I think, physically what you're into. By the way, Erica said justice for bow. I said boa, because in my head I knew it was a 3-letter word.
You were thinking of a snake.
Yeah, bow. So completely different, but justice for bow. Who knows what happened to Bow? Bow didn't make the cut. He was a huge fan favorite, so it makes you wonder if they just like didn't vibe. I mean, everyone loved him based on one photo, and it's like, that's good and all, but like let's get to know these guys. But yeah, so I definitely.
Yeah, I think wasn't he supposed to come back, and then he just didn't. Like, wasn't he supposed to be on Bachelor in Paradise, and then he just wasn't there for some reason?
Hold on. So Christine says, did Dave just say something about a gangbang? Isn't that rape? No. A gangbang.
Oh, no. Not always.
No, I mean, it's not.
Well, it can be, I guess.
It's 100% a gang. I hate that I have to explain this to an audience. A gangbang.
Look it up in the dictionary, Dave.
Doesn't always involve pizza rolls, but it is a group of people having sex. That's a gangbang. Am I right?
Yeah.
Now, I guess I guess a gangbang could be a bunch of people having sex with one person. But I took it as more of like a group sex thing. But I'd love to know what the comment section thinks about this. My show just became demonetized.
Oh no.
It's all right. No one's watching. Yeah, Annie says, I heard that there were some kind of controversial allegations against Bao. Maybe there were. I mean, I've heard a lot of that too, but I hear stuff about everybody, and I just tried to take it all with a grain of salt. Samantha with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Just Me Madison said, that's an orgy. Gangbang is a little more nefarious. I mean, I guess, do I need to get up
I feel like it's not always been that way. I feel like orgy and gangbang are the same thing. Like, yes, it may be used in a sense for rape because maybe nowadays, but it's always been like gangbang and orgy were the same.
You know what?
From what I know, but maybe it's changed. The words change definition all the time based on how it's used.
Yeah, you know, like I'm looking at the Urban Dictionary, a group of men, typically 4 or more, having sex with a single female or male in gay situations. Gangbangs are usually the most enjoyable form of pornography. Well, that sounds like someone's clear opinion here.
That's that guy's opinion.
Yeah, so to me, I think of the joke in I don't remember what comedy movie it was. The all-time funniest line where the guy knocks on the door and he goes, "I'm here for the gangbang," and it's like a very much like white collar kind of preppy guy. Anyway, what a weird conversation to get into. Samantha says an orgy can have more women. which is good to know. But the idea of I'm here for the
Are women not included in the gangbang?
Is
there only one woman in a gangbang?
I think there's just it appears that there is a sort of, I don't know if this is generational or regional definition, because in pop culture, the person that was there for the gangbang, it was for sure consensual orgy. So while I don't love to debate semantics on these things, it just appears to be, Samantha goes, I came in at an interesting time. So did the gangbang. It appears, now people are calling me an idiot here. I think, like I said, like we both said, I think it could be something that is more nefarious, but I also think there are plenty of definitions as I look them up that are what I was saying, which is more like a sort of what's the term we're looking for? Group sex. Here for the gangbang quote. I just want to find the quote to see what movie it's from. Old School. It's from Old School.
Old School, yeah.
Todd Phillips as gangbang guy. So actually, the guy who wrote it is the one. It's 15 seconds long. I'm gonna see if I can play it here. The guy who wrote this was actually to paint a picture here for the audience. Old School, which is known as one of the funniest comedies of all time. I believe the writer was Todd Phillips, and this is him, essentially showing up to what appears to be, in his thoughts, a gangbang. Let's see if we can play this 10-second clip. Here it is.
Hello. Yeah? I'm here for the gangbang.
So stupid. All right, you know what? That's that.
I love the casualty of it all.
Yeah. I mean, this is
so casual.
This is, I mean, not to break down comedy here, but this is it. He's got the porn mustache. Yeah, I'm here for the gangbang. Listen, all right, so maybe there's different terminology there. It seems to have set the whole comment section apart, and it's probably going to cost me any chance of getting any monetization from this video.
I'm so sorry.
No. I'm the one who said gangbang.
I didn't even know.
MB
I'm
says,
like, this is all my fault.
MB says, I just got here and missed the beginning of this conversation. Franny's got to go to bed. I got to go to bed too.
I think we all have to go to bed.
But this is what's crazy. Isn't this what's crazy about words? Samantha says, no gangbang is consensual. Well, okay, but all I know is the movie Old School. I can't believe to say it's 18 years old at this point. Old School is 18 years old. How old does that make you feel? And anyway,
I'm too old. But you know what, Dave? We're from the same generation, so I think that's what's happening. Is that either pornography has changed a word based on category searching, or something has happened generationally? Because I really feel like gangbang originally was just another word for orgy.
Yeah, but also the gang R word is something that would be synonymous with gangbang too. So I understand people that are saying, "Oh my gosh, it's not." Nicole says, "I don't know about y'all, but I'm here for the gangbang." All right. Good to know where we're going tonight. Susan Rich says the yardstick controversy seems pretty minor now. And then
it might be involved. Sometimes there's a yardstick, I think.
There could be if the guy's lying about his size. Yeah, that movie was great. What a great movie. Nancy Kaufman says, I'm 71. It never meant orgy. Well, sorry, Nancy. I can understand that. Sharp says, no, it's never been synonymous with orgy. It's so funny. I just showed the clip from the movie, and people are still saying it's never been...
maybe we're off, Dave. I have no idea. To me, I never saw it that way, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this whole time, I don't know. I don't know the history of that word.
I think Samantha has it right. She says gang, and again, like I said, this video is going to be demonetized quicker than you could get quicker than a gangbang. How many times did we say gangbang? Samantha says gangbang is the same as a train. It's consensual. A gang rape is very different. I completely agree. It appears that some people hear gangbang and they hear gang rape, and I think of it gang as a group of people, and then you could go to a gang soiree where a bunch of people just go, whatever. But again, I'm not here to argue semantics. Gang hang. Someone said a gang hang. We're streaking to the quad. Anyway, we're going streaking. Oh man, what a great movie! I want to watch Old School right now.
Go back.
Anyway, so anyway, that's I got to get going myself because I got to go to bed. I still have to.
I'm gonna let you go, Dave. That was a great gangbang conversation.
Yeah,
I'm sorry you got demonetized.
I couldn't even tell you where that where we took a left turn, but I think it was my fault somewhere. But anyway,
I just wanted to congratulate you on the 45K. That's why I was calling.
Thank you.
So I'm just gonna get.
Thank you. I'm throwing a gangbang with Tasha. We're gonna bring pie.
All right, way to celebrate.
Yeah, I'll have the pizza rolls going off in the air fryer. We serve pizza rolls first. All right. Well, have a good evening, and I'm gonna wrap this puppy up.
Okay. Bye, Dave.
Good night. All right, the famous Sophia, everybody. You just never know the conversations. I mean, that was for sure one that I walked myself into. That one. All right, let's pull this all together. Samantha with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate it, because this video is going to be demonetized. Major digression, says JC Miles. Absolutely. I mean, these are important things to talk about. You learn something new. Samantha showed up at the end, but she got here just at the right time. I'm sober, guys. I'm drinking water. By the way, not drinking enough. Keeping it sober. Got a long car ride tomorrow. I've got 4 videos coming out in the morning. I still have to make, I think, 1 or 2 thumbnails for those. Sharp K9 says trigger warning needed on this. Yeah, I mean, look, it's a live stream at midnight. It's like, unfortunately, I think it can go without saying that for the late night live stream, the trigger warning is joining a live stream late at night, because we can't really know where the conversation's going to go. I think a moth just flew into me. Sarai is really missing this conversation. She's for sure. No, you guys don't have to donate, but I was just saying it's funny because I try, you just try not to say certain words because YouTube listens, and maybe I'll post on Instagram if this one gets demonetized. It's not a big deal. Oh, Christine Marciano left a voicemail. So let's get to these voicemails before we get out of here. It looks like, she's our last one. So let's play Christine's voicemail.
Oh my God, Dave, it's Chris Marciano, East Coast.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. No way did I mean to refer that you were jumping or using the term rape at all.
No worries.
But in my generation, that's what gangbang was. So, as the other gal you were talking to said, it's definitely a generational, could be regional, could be all kinds of things like that. But surely the gangbang reference in that movie and your reference in that orgy kind of thing, hey man, it's all good. You are a great guy, love your channel, follow it all the time. Did the East Coast chat, now here I'm still awake at 2:10 Eastern time, and jumped into the West Coast chat. So I am so sorry. And I take full responsibility for that comment. Somebody else asked me too, should we tell Dave? And I was starting to type when you jumped in on the comment, so I didn't get a chance to respond. But hey, it's all good. Everybody knows what the reference meant when you said it. Take care. Love the show. Think it's going to be a great season with Michelle. I would have loved to have some nerdy guys in there too. We love Connor B. And, but we are going to see what these guys bring to the table. Mm-hmm. All right. I got to get some sleep. Love you guys. And, keep up the support for Dave. He works hard, and can't wait to see all your new equipment and how things run for you. Take care, all.
Oh, you're so kind. Bye. Thank you so much. If I'm going to have to play, I want to play this first clip real quick again.
To refer that you were jumping or using the term rape at all. But
in my generation, that's what gangbang was. So
That's what I wanted to clip. Is in my generation, that's what gangbang was.
at all, but in my generation, that's what gangbang was. So
Oh boy, what can you do? Late night. All right, thank you so much for the East Coast, and thank you guys all so much for your grace and your comments. You're all so kind. I'm going to try to make it to bed by midnight my time, get up at 6:30, get these videos going, and get on the road. I fixed the air conditioning in my car, even though tomorrow it's not supposed to be that hot, but Phoenix, it could get up to a triple digits at any time. So let's see. I'll get some music playing out of here. In my generation, that's so funny. In my generation, gangbang. it's just a funny words. Sometimes when words are put together in a weird way, it makes me laugh. Let's get. This is called Digging the Drama. This is gonna do it for me, guys. So. Pizza bites, sound bites. Sounds good. Yeah, I won't drive drowsy. I'll be driving midday tomorrow. Easy 6-hour drive. You're my boy, Blue. That's right, Lee. And Lee, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much.
at all, but in my generation, that's what gangbang was. That's what gangbang was.
Samantha, thanks again for the super chat. Much appreciated. Carly made a quesadilla with ketchup and ranch. Drunken munchies. That sounds good to me, Carly. Yeah, I'll post about my game. Thank you, Susan. I'll post about it on my Instagram at Neals. Just hoping to stay healthy and grateful to throw the ball whenever I get the chance to. Grateful I get to play a kid's game. Very grateful for that. Thank you, guys. Good night, everybody.
My generation, that's what gangbang was. So